Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm born again. I am a special needs teacher. So today I want us to learn about autism or ASD, autism spectrum disorder. Have you ever heard of autism? So I'll start by defining what is autism. Autism is a neurological and a developmental disorder that affects how people communicate, interact, behave, and learn. How are you able to identify a child with an autism, or how are you able to identify an autistic child? One, they lack eye contact. Uh, what do you mean by they lack eye contact? For example, you want a child to focus on one direction or to focus on writing material, but their hand and even their eyes are looking at somewhere else. And not that they pretend, not that they are shying off, but they don't want to focus on this thing. They don't want to look at it. Their eyes, maybe you want them to look at the front, and their hand is tilted like this way, tilted somewhere else. Yeah. Another point is they lack speech or delayed speech. What do you mean by they don't have speech? Not that they are so little that they are not able to communicate. You might get an autistic child who is around 7 years, but they still can't communicate their needs or their desires. So most of the time, they use other people's body to communicate their desires. For example, they want you to help them tie their shoelaces, and because they are not able to tell you, I want this done to me, they'll just grab your hand and make your hand touch whatever they want you to do for them. So it's upon you as a special needs teacher or someone who has lived with a child to understand what they want, to understand their desire, to understand their what they want to communicate at the moment. And there are some others who use one language, well, not one language, who use one word to communicate. For example, one, they might be asking for their maybe bag, but they don't want to. They are not able to say, I want my bag. So what they'll say, they just say bag. So it's upon you to understand whether they want their bag clean or they want their bag to be given to them. But how are you able to understand them when they use one language? You interpret that one word with the situation or with the context. For instance, a child is locked inside and they are asking for a key. So it's not because they want the key to stay with it, but they want, so you'll understand what they want is to get out. So you just do whatever they want. You interpret their language in the context. Another point is that these autistic children, there's this characteristic that is called flapping of hands. They keep on flapping their hands like this. This is what we call flapping of the hands. Mostly they do this when they are so excited, and they do it when they are jumping. They flap their hands while they are jumping. Another point is that most of the autistic children, they have this characteristic that is called stimming. Stimming is a repetitive behavior that is exhibited by an autistic child that they find so hard to stop. For instance, you might find a child who just likes keeping on just having a book like this and keeps on doing like this. And you can't stop them unless you interrupt them with something else they like or an activity that they like most that will make them keep the book aside and stop the behavior and focus on this activity. Yeah, that is how you're able to identify an autistic child. So thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. So next time we learn how to handle them, or how to teach them, or how are you able to handle them, because most of the time people find it so challenging to interact with them or even teach them, but it is not so hard when you understand them, when you have patience, when you have love towards them. They just need someone who understands them, who loves them. Yeah, who is able to get to their point, who is able to meet them where they are, and then begin understanding them from their point of view, where they are coming from. Understand them. Don't judge them. Sometimes they might even come and slap you, but do you slap them back? Sometimes, no. You understand them, or you try to find out what has caused that, or what is triggering that. Yeah, may the Lord bless you. Stay blessed.